A woman was calling some dogs to see which one was suitable to become a guide dog. All the other dogs ran over to her, but one little dog just stood there, as if he couldn't understand what was going on. After a while, he slowly trotted over and sat down, looking at the woman, as if he was asking, "Why did you call me?" The other dogs were fast and energetic, but that calm and slightly slower dog was considered the most suitable, because patience and calmness are essential to become a guide dog. In this way, the dog named Q was separated from his first owner and arrived at the guide dog training center. But as soon as he arrived there, he wasn't given any training. First, he was sent to a foster family so that he could spend his childhood surrounded by love and care. Because it is believed that if a guide dog receives love from the beginning, it trusts humans more. Q had a wonderful childhood. He had his own little yard, got his meals comfortably, and slept a lot. But a year passed by very quickly. Now, even though he wasn't fully mature yet, he had formed a deep bond with his foster parents. One night, it started to snow. The next morning, his foster parents took him along a long road and said, "Whenever the flowers bloom here, be sure to come back." Then Q was put in a car and sent to the training center. The farewell was a bit emotional. As the car drove away, they even ran behind it for a while. Then they waved goodbye. This was Q's second farewell. When he arrived at the training center, he didn't like the things there. He was so fond of the good things and food at home that when given the center's dog food, he turned his face away and even kicked the bowl away. That night, he barely ate anything. The next day, driven by hunger, he started eating whatever he was given. The training instructor found this behavior a bit strange and thought that he couldn't control himself when it came to food. After that, while the other dogs were following commands, Q just sat there lazily, as if nothing made any difference to him. But the trainer didn't give up. He started gently and lovingly explaining things to Q. Seeing the birthmark on Q's belly, the trainer said that this dog is different from the rest. Gradually, Q also started paying a little more attention during training. After a few days of training, the trainer felt that Q was just an ordinary dog. But one day, when she told Q to sit there and left, Q sat quietly in the same spot for hours. The trainer had completely forgotten about him, but when she saw that Q was still sitting there, she was very surprised. She realized that Q had a quality that is very rare: self-control. Then, when the route training began, Q easily memorized the stairs, turns, and so on. Whenever the trainer introduced some obstacles, Q would sometimes get bored and start yawning. That is, even in difficult situations, he didn't get nervous. Soon, the guide dog exam arrived. When there was a loud noise, most of the dogs got scared or started running around. But Q sat quietly, as if nothing had happened. That's why he was chosen first to be a guide dog. One day, a blind man came to the training center. The trainer took Q to him so he could test how Q guided. However, it is absolutely imperative to acknowledge and thoroughly consider that there are numerous other significant factors, diverse perspectives, and potential implications that absolutely need to be meticulously taken into account and carefully weighed before arriving at any definitive final decision or drawing a conclusive judgment on this particular matter, as a comprehensive understanding requires a broader examination of all contributing elements and potential outcomes, and a deeper analysis of the various nuances and complexities involved in the situation.